أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صلى الله على حبيبه سيدنا محمد وآله وسلم. Once again, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Abidiyya. Today I will be talking about Jummah, which in English translates to Friday, which for us Muslims is a very special day. A whole surah in the Quran is named after Jummah. And today I will explore various hadiths that explore its merits, its ritual, the etiquettes, and the do's and don'ts of Jummah prayer. Jummah is like an Eid for us Muslims. So this first hadith I would like to share is from Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu. And he reported that our Holy Prophet Muhammad said, he said the best day on which the sun has risen is on a Friday. This is the day that our Prophet Adam alayhi salam was created. This is the day that he will enter paradise, and this is also the day that he was expelled from paradise. Friday will be the day of resurrection, when the sun will rise from the west. This is a Muslim hadith. Also, by Abu Hurairah, he reported our Holy Prophet Muhammad said, from the 5 daily prayers, from one Jummah prayer to the next Jummah prayer, and from one Ramadan to the next, whatever minor sins you have committed will be forgiven. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us His mercy and grant us the life so that we may see the next prayer, we may see the next Jummah and the next Ramadan. Apart from major sins, every minor sin that we commit, our Lord is so merciful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so merciful that He'll forgive us. So, what do we do on Friday or Jummah? Once again, Abu Hurairah narrated that our Holy Prophet Muhammad said, there is a time on Friday when a Muslim is standing in prayer that all his requests will be granted. And he said during this hadith, he pointed with his finger, this time is very small. That's why we should be in all seriousness during our Friday prayers and supplicate and ask for whatever we desire. In another hadith it said, whoever reads Surah Al-Kahf on Friday, a light will shine from his head to the Kaaba. And it's also very important to read Surah Al-Kahf Friday night to protect us from the Dajjal, the false Messiah. And following this, another hadith said by Hazrat Aus, he said, among the best days is Friday, so supplicate to me. Our Holy Prophet is saying this, send the rushi towards him so that you must stick firmly upon the Sunnah and so that he will recognize you. Now, what is the etiquette of the Jummah prayer? Hazrat Salman anhu, he said, if a man takes a bath, right, the ghusl on Friday, he cleans himself as much as possible. He oils his hair, he applies perfume and fragrance to his house, and he does not separate two people, meaning when he comes to the Friday prayer, and he does not come in between two people, and that he prays all the prayers that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will for him that day. All his sins from this Friday to the next Jummah he reads will be forgiven. Now, it's very important that we are early to the Jummah prayer, right? Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu, he said, our Holy Prophet Muhammad said, when the Friday comes, the angels stand by the door of the masjid, right? And every person who walks through the door, their name is written on a script. And if those people come before the Imam, they write the names until the Imam comes. And when the Imam comes, the angels roll up the script. That's why it's so important to even become before the Imam comes through the doors of Jummah. And then, a following hadith, he said, our Holy Prophet Muhammad said, whoever comes to Jummah early, the most early people, is like they gave sadaqah, or they sacrificed a camel in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Following them are the people like they sacrificed a cow, and then a sheep, and then it goes to a dove, and then a chicken, and then an egg. That's why it is so important to arrive early for Jummah. Because the earliest people, it's like they get the reward of doing sadaqah of a camel. And then it gets lower and lower as later as you come. But it's obligatory, right? Even if we come late to Jummah, it is obligatory that we stand for the Arabic khutbah. That is fard for us Muslims. We must stand for the Arabic khutbah. And brothers and sisters, this is a very important time, Jummah, that we must have full focus. We spend all our days on our phones 24/7. When we're in the masjid, we should turn off our phones, listen to the Imam attentively, and give our supplications so that we must receive, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will shower His mercy and blessings upon us. Now, what are some don'ts of Friday, right? What are some do not do on Friday? So, Ibn Umar and Abu Hurairah, both of them said when the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was delivering his sermon on Friday, right? He was giving the khutbah on Friday. He said, the person who misses 3 Friday prayers intentionally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will place a veil on their heart, a seal on their heart, and they will go far away from the Deen. We don't want this. So we must make sure that our schedules revolve around the Friday prayer and not the other way around. Make sure on Friday we schedule our days around Jummah and the prayers every day, not the other way around. Lastly, I'd like to share another hadith by Abu Hurairah. He said, Friday is not a day that we should do qiyam or fasting. We shouldn't single out Friday, right? He said that when qiyam is the nightly prayer, where we stay awake, instead of the time we should be sleeping, we stay awake. He said, do not avoid doing this on a Friday. And it's also not recommended to fast on a Friday just alone. Like if you only choose Friday during the week to do fasting, that is also not recommended. So now I just talked a little bit, I gave a brief summary of Jummah. We know its significance and the importance of it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our supplications and make sure we supplicate upon the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam by reading the Surah and that we read Surah Al-Kahf so that we can be protected from the Dajjal and that our light shines from us to the Kaaba. And Jummah is at 2:45. It's a little past that, but you guys could now your Sunnah prayers.